After 14 fucking years.
She did. She direct messaged me.
She direct messages you.
It was. Thank you. It was. Thank you. It was real.
What does that feel like? What does that feel like? Your girlfriend 14 years ago dumps you. From what I remember the stories, her and her new boyfriend.
Yeah.
Make fun of your flaky nuts.
Okay, we're editing that out.
Okay. They call you. They make fun of you.
Yeah, I had dry nuts.
They harass you, right?
You know what? I'll talk about my nuts.
We all know about your nuts.
No, I got real dry nuts.
They were. They're not anymore.
You know, because you know what I do now.
I've seen them.
But you know what I do now.
Chapstick.
But not only that, in the shower, I do a maintenance every.
What do you do? Botox?
No. I get hot, like the hot shower going, and I lift up my I go like directly. I lift up my dick, and then I lift up my nutsack.
Use Macaulay. So we can get a visual. You lift up your dick.
I lift up my dick where it's just.
No. Your Macaulay's your dick.
Oh, Macaulay's my dick.
Yeah.
So I go. I go like this in the shower, and then I go like this where it's my nutsack's like right here.
Yeah.
And so all the shower's hitting it.
Yeah.
And then what I do is, cause it loosens up the skin.
How hot is the water?
Very hot.
So you got it.
It feels so good though. I look forward to it every morning.
You're blasting your balls.
I look forward to it.
You're blasting your balls with
scorched water. Yeah, I know. You might say, "Oh, it'll dry your skin out," but this is I need this kind of heat. You scorch your nuts. I scorch my nuts. It loosens the skin. So I start going like this. I did it at the Korean spa last night, by the way.
You scorch your nuts?
In the steam room, yeah.
Okay.
So I do this.
What are you doing? What is that?
I'm scratching the skin off my nuts. Because the hot water loosens the skin. Because normally, if I don't do that, it'll build up and turn flaky. But I catch it before it even builds up.
Preemptively scorch your nuts.
Yeah, preventively... pick the skin on my scrotum.
You get it before.
I do this, and Ilani doesn't know that I do this. I've done this for years. It's a weird OCD thing where I pick it and I create my own nut skin collection on the tile of the bathroom.
You still have it now?
No, so what I do is we're not airing any of this, by the way.
Wait, does it spell? Does it spell something out in Morse code or something?
No, but what?
Are you writing a secret message to her or something?
No. What I do, I don't know why I do this, and you guys can't repeat this, please. This stays in this room.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, so I get enough. I need this collection, so I start with one little dot. Okay. So they're like little. Then I go like this, and I pick little dots.
We can't air this, Steve. It's just your nuts.
No, because my girl doesn't even know. I mean, this will highly affect. She'll make me go to the nut doctor.
There's a creative way around this whole thing.
Okay, so
it'll
anyway.
be like, and I do my eat, and I make a little eat on the eat.
So anyway, so I pick my nut, and then I literally get enough little like dots where I could create like a dime. They're usually the size of a dime. That's how much nut skin is on it. Was that?
No,
that's so much, dude.
That's a lot of skin, right? So I take this, half a dime. Is that better?
You're a fascinating human being.
So I fucking put the skin in, and this is every morning. I do this every fucking day.
This must be.
Ilani doesn't know. Bob doesn't know. But all you guys know now. So I pick it, and then I go like that. And what I do is I'm shampooing. I have a certain way I shower. I do soap first, shampoo, brush my teeth, but then the skin, I leave that till the end. Because what I need to do is I roll it into like a little ball like this, and I flick it into the, I don't know, I have to do it every day. Is that weird? I'm probably one of the only ones on this earth that does that. I don't know who else does that.
There's one other person that does that.
Who?
His name is Harry Kim.
What?
Yeah.
He picks his nut skin?
I never told you this story?
No, I want to hear it. I don't feel alone now.
The only two people I know that does this in my entire life is Steve Lee and Harry Kim. Oh my God.
This is real?
This is real.
The way I describe my thing to you.
In 1992... 93, I don't know. There, the car company Daewoo.
Yeah, of course.
They had a program that if they wanted Korean, second generation Korean Americans to learn about Korea.
Yeah.
Or anybody, actually. Do you remember this?
No.
They would fly anyone who wanted to go to Korea.
Why?
Just so that they could learn about their culture.
Yeah.
But also it was a huge commercial for Daewoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was sometime in the 90s. Harry's brother worked for Daewoo. Harry Kim's, one of my best friends growing up. And we were weird. We were like weird kids. We were like punk rock, heavy metal kids.
Yeah,
we did
yeah.
graffiti.
What year was this? In the 80s or 90s?
No, it was in the 90s.
Okay.
So we were in high school. And we went to Korea for free for Daewoo.
That's
and
great.
It's like
That's
they fly
cool.
you out, but you had to be part of this like tour group where you visited Daewoo car factories. So they were like trying to turn people into whatever. And so we're already like the outcast Koreans. Like people don't like us. Like we get there, we have long hair. I think I had like blonde spiky hair at the time. I
Yeah.
looked like Dragon Ball, and I mean, you know what the Asians were like growing up, like just polo shirts, like Z Cavarici, the wave.
Yeah,
haircut.
I remember Cavaricci's. It had the label right here.
Like, what were the
Yeah,
Koreans
yeah.
like that you grew up with? They listened to Boys to Men, like
just kind of whatever.
Yeah, so we get to Korea and it's like we like Guns N' Roses and Suicidal Tendencies and we're like we're not like them, so we're like the weird ones at the back of the bus.
Yeah, I hear that.
So for the whole
Go ahead.
for the whole summer, I've never told you this story.
No.
For the whole summer, we're just visiting different places in Korea. It's like Korean historic site and then a Daewoo factory or whatever. And it's like the Korean jocks, the Korean like kids that think they're black. It's just they're all like the popular kids. It's like we're in high school.
Yeah.
And we're just in the back of the bus and no one will talk to us. No one will talk to us.
Why?
Just because we're weird.
You guys are
and you know what?
outcasts.
Looking back now, yeah, we're, we probably made ourselves unapproachable.
Yeah.
But it's just me, my brother, and Harry, and we just keep to ourselves. No one talks to us. And what's Harry doing?
I don't know.
It's Korea. Have you been to Korea in the summer? It's hot. It's
No,
humid.
I think I've been in the winter.
It's hot. It's humid. This is what he's doing. Harry, what are you doing?
He's playing with his dick.
Harry, what are you... He goes like this.
Are you smelling his nuts?
Goes like this.
You smelling his nuts?
Harry, what are you doing? Had a little black ball in his hand. Had a little black ball in his hand. You know what he did? He puts it right here on the bus ledge. We're on the bus. We're in Korea in the summertime in a fucking bus full of Korean high school kids.
There's another one?
There's another one.
My man.
Smells it first.
Yeah.
Another little collection of black balls.
Cheetos.
Little Cheetos.
Mm-hmm. No, it smells like Cheetos.
Little Choe skin.
Mm-hmm.
Little off his paunch. I forgot.
Damn.
And I go, you're the most disgusting human being.
What do you do with those skins?
I go, what the fuck is that? He goes, it's my some cloth material from my boxers.
No, it's his nut skin.
And nut skin. And it's just this little black. And I go, get the fuck away from me.
Wow.
Get the fuck away from me.
Wow.
We're like 15, 16 years old. We're doing this in the back of the bus. The seat right in front of us. There's the cool kids. They won't talk to us. And we're going on these long bus rides, right? One day, the girl, gorgeous girl, sitting right in front of us. I'm talking about for 1 week she's been on the fucking bus with us and never talked to us one time, right? Every day we stay at a different place and then we get back on the bus.
What's she look like?
Just like for the sake of this story, let's just say she looked like a Korean Phoebe Cates.
Oh, wow.
Right? A Korean Katie Holmes.
So she was pretty attractive.
Pretty attractive girl.
Yeah.
On these long bus rides, people lay down, right? They go to sleep.
Yeah.
What does Harry do?
He's picking his nuts again?
He's picking his nuts. This time he doesn't put it on the bus ledge. What does he do with it?
He eats it.
What does he do?
He eats it.
He takes the nut skin and he sprinkles it over the girl's eyes.
His nut skin?
His nut skin. He goes like this, like fairy dust. He goes like this, and he breaks it up into little, and he peppers her eyes.
Dude, that's so fucked up and disrespectful, man.
Fucked up and disrespectful.
Wow.
She's 16 years old.
Does
We're 16. Everyone's 16
does
years
she
old.
knows his nut skin?
Can I finish the story?
Yeah, please do.
This is her face. She's sleeping, and Harry sprinkles the nut skin on her face, and she goes like this. She wakes up. We've been on the bus for 1 week. She's never talked to us once. She wakes up. She turns around, and she looks at Harry, and she goes, "Hi." And she starts talking to him. And then they become like best friends. I think he like felt her up and made out with her or something. What? And from that day on, he thought, and who knows, it's not for me to say what, he thinks his nut skin has magical properties.
Damn.
Is that crazy?
You know what I thought about doing instead of, throwing my nut skin in the drain, taking like a jar.
Wait a second.
Okay. Dylan?
What are you about to say right now?
I was gonna
make tea with it.
No. Just take a jar and just to like collect it. Yeah, to collect it.
It would be so much skin.
Like a nut skin collection. And
Hold on.
And then for my Patreon pledges, if you donate $2,000,
$2,000, Steve Lee. Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
For those of you listening to the Steebee Weebee Show, this is your chance to own a part of Steebee Weebee, literally. This is your chance now to own a pieces of Steebee Weebee from the most intimate parts of his body. Now, if you've been paying attention to the show, which is like nobody, there's like 10 people listening now, you will get a mason jar halfway full of 3 months of nut flesh.
Scrotum flesh.
Now, you've heard the magical healing properties of Manuka honey. You've heard the magical properties of Tiger Balm and just all these exotic flowers and different, like people in China eat tiger dicks to get we don't even know how much amazing, this might even cure cancer.
Yeah.
The properties in nuts, you've definitely eaten it before. Oh my God. You've eaten it before. You've tried it before.
Man, I'm getting kind of hungry.
For fans of DVDSA, for fans of Mongchi, for fans of the Steebee Weebee Show, for any single person who has ever seen or met Steebee Weebee in real life, they've said the same thing. How the fuck are you 40 years old? He looks like a 20-year-old man.
It's my nut
And we
skin.
know now it's because he eats his own nut flesh. And for you, for the low price of $2,000, I provide for you literally the fountain of youth.
Can you mark this, Dylan? Can you mark this, please?
The fountain of youth. For $780, he'll come to your house and, do this and that. Whatever. You don't want that. That's like whatever. This is priceless. We don't know how much extra flesh his balls will. Maybe the balls will cure themselves soon and make. So this is, you never know. You never ever know how much more nut flesh that his balls will create. And so for the low price, what is that? That's what, just a month of working? Your rent for just be late on your rent for this month. $2,000 for the most intimate part of your hero, Steve Lee. Look at his skin. That's not Botox. The guy looks like...
I don't get zits anymore.
He looks like he would be in Beverly Hills 90210. He looks like a fucking young Korean Luke Perry. This guy is better looking than Steve Yoon.
No,
he's better looking.
Steve is a handsome man. Steven Yoon is a handsome...
He's a handsome man.
Man.
And you're twice his age and you're even more handsome than him because you eat your own dick meat. Because you eat slices of your own dick meat, you look at that. He smiled.
Can I tell you how I lost Amy? I never told anyone this. It has to do with my nut skin. So I never told you, Eddie? No. Okay, so this is the end. She broke up with me.
This is your girlfriend from 14
2003, yeah.
14 years
from
ago.
a long time ago. She said, I go, well, what else is it that bothered you? Why you broke up with me? And I was in her
How
apartment.
did she break up with you? She just said,
She broke up with me on the plane ride from our trip visiting her sister from San Francisco back to L.A. She broke
up with you on the plane?
Yeah, on the plane.
Mile High Club.
Yeah. Yeah. But so we're in her room.
What did she say to you?
She goes like this. She goes to her.
It's over?
No, she goes to her.
No, on the plane.
She goes, I can't do this anymore. It's over.
What did that feel like?
Shit.
It's like, cut you. That's your girlfriend.
Yeah. I know. So
wait, didn't she work at Starbucks?
No. I met her when I worked at Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf.
You worked
I was a
okay,
barista.
right.
Yeah. But we were in her bedroom and like her sheets, she goes like this with her sheets and goes like that. And she goes, you see what I have to deal with? And she goes like this and all my nuts skin goes in the air like snowflakes. She goes, do you see what I have to put up with? And we goes like this.
Wait. So she breaks up with you on the plane.
Yeah.
And she goes, and by the way, look at this shit.
Yeah,
and
to rub it in.
She shakes the sheets out.
Yeah, when we back to our apartment because I still have to get my toothbrush.
And it was like turning over a snow globe.
Yeah, it was a snow globe. Yeah.
You have so much extra dry skin on your ball
It was
sack
literally like a snowflake factory. Yeah,
that
just
it's like
boom,
snowflakes
and it
coming
went,
down.
And then my face, I was like,
A tear.
yeah, I just couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had to learn the hard way, man. I moisturize like a motherfucker now.
Okay, so now you scorch your nuts with hot
I
water.
put moisturizers.
You flake it off, and then as you flake the skin off, you make a little ball and you poke it onto the wall.
Yeah, I put it on the wall.
Not anymore.
Why?
Save it in a jar. Not anymore. I get these $12 drinks from Irwin.
Yeah.
And they give you a glass like jar thing.
What's Irwin?
It's like a fancier Whole Foods.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll give you the jars.
Yeah.
And then you can save it in there.
Just put it in there. The leaves are weird because my brother does that with glue. He'll make glue.
Look, I'm not even kidding right now.
What?
Making a tea from your nut flesh might be the fountain of youth. It might like you're taking the skin off the part of your body that fucking creates babies.
Eddie, do you agree? So it is the fountain of youth nut skin.
I'll call my scientist friends. We'll try to get to the bottom of this.
Only your nuts?
Yeah, only my nut sacks.
You need to save this.
My
you need
nut
to save
skin.
this flesh.
Yeah, it's like your face isn't wrinkled. It's just your dick.
Yeah, my dick's wrinkled. My scrotum's highly wrinkled.
We got really off the subject here.
I wasn't expecting to talk about my nut sack, man. My girl doesn't even know, man.
She knows.
She sees your nuts.
She sees your nuts.
No, because I'm always in the morning.
Well, what is?
My nuts are. There's no flakes.
Can I remind you of how you met your girlfriend? You had
so funny,
black makeup running down your face.
Yeah.
You just got off stage. You're wearing a cowboy hat. You're wearing a cowboy hat, and you have black mascara running down your face, and you have a toilet paper hanging out of your open asshole, and you're wearing a jock strap with exposing your entire ass, and you think that's how she met you.
Right.
That's how she met you. You think she gives a shit.
When did I start doing the jock strap? Wasn't that the second tour?
You were wearing a diaper or something.
Yeah.
You looked like a tranny that just had sex in an alleyway.
Yeah, that was a good point.
That's how she
Dylan, do you remember that?
You were wearing the diaper the first tour. Like halfway through the first tour, we got it.
Are you sure? I don't
Because
remember.
You looked.
Are you sure?
Okay. Whatever the details is, you looked horrible.
Yeah, I look like a. Yeah.
And that's how she met you. Right. Like, what do you think she thinks you like go work in a cubicle or something?
No.
She knows what she got into.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
She's with fucking Steve Lee, the funnier oil brother. Okay, the funniest Lee brother. Okay.
Wow, I didn't expect to talk. I mean, this was not on my agenda.
What did I tell you at Norms?
At
Cantor's?
This is real.
I keep saying Norms. I
Cantor's.
said the show's gonna be 6 hours, and you're gonna regret ever wanting to do the show with me.
I'm kind of regretting that. Yeah,
leave me alone. I don't need to do the show.
Yeah, this is bad.
Joe Rogan calls, Howard Stern calls, anyone calls. I go, there's nothing I need. I don't need it. It's fine. I'm okay. But you want to fucking talk about it? Then we gotta talk about it.
This is. Real.
You haven't had a girlfriend in 14 fucking years. That's a big deal.
It's big.
And the way the fucking girlfriend breaks up with you is to air out your flaky nuts. I feel pain right now. That's like a knife. You're a fucking dude that's in love with your girlfriend and she goes, and by the way, And then cut to 14 years later.
Yeah.
14, over a decade.
Yeah.
You finally find a girlfriend 14 years later. You're happy.
Oh, dude, she's the best.
And then Amy DMs you. 14 years of silence. Isn't that amazing how the universe works?
It's crazy.
You finally turn your life around.
I got closure.
You got the closure you needed.
I finally said my piece, my amends. She said she apologized to me. She goes,
How
"I'm
did that
sorry,
feel?
sorry for breaking your heart. I'm for
That's
all the things
amazing.
I did." And I finally got, dude. That's years
That's
of
who you should
resentment
send the nut skin to her. You should send her a bottle of it. Bottle that shit.
to her.
Say, by the way, drink this. I made this
That's
kombucha.
disgusting.
I made this kombucha.
That's disgusting. Wow. So we could probably use 20 minutes, huh? Of this.
Yeah, coming up, for those of you who stuck with us for this far, Lake Gregory coming up.
Coming up. Yeah. Oh, can I tell you? Because I was so fucked up over that breakup, I stalked her. I would literally, because she lived in my neighborhood,
Do
right?
you want to talk about this?
I don't know. Maybe it's
Too late. Too late. Okay.
Okay, so
Hey, listen. It's been
been
a long,
years.
it's been a long time since
Yeah.
I had my heart broken.
yeah. Oh, that
And
was.
sometimes we forget.
Oh, that
It's
was
the worst.
poison.
Someone
it was
listen-
so much.
someone
Eddie, have
listen-
you felt this? Oh,
Someone
yeah.
listening to this show right now is going through heartbreak.
Oh, dude, it was
It's the
so
worst.
painful.
Because it's right here.
Oh my
It's
God.
right. You
don't
you're
think
so-
straight.
yeah,
you don't think right.
You want
You
to kill
think
yourself.
irrationally. You're not
nothing
yourself.
tastes good anymore. The purpose of living
You
disappears.
listen to all these love songs
Listen
and
to The
shit.
Cure and-
oh
and
yeah, dude, it's the
Morrissey.
worst.
It's the worst.
So anyway, I was literally
So you resort to stalking
yeah.
because you want the pain that you want.
I don't know why it just pained me more, dude. I would leave 3-4 in the morning. She lived on the street like
Does she know this?
no.
She does now. Hey, Amy. Shout out to Amy.
Shout out to Amy.
That was.
I'd walk over to her apartment.
Did you want to see her, catch her like fucking a new guy?
I wanted to see something. Maybe I wanted the pain. I don't know. But I went there. She has her own parking spot, and this is when it hit my heart. When I looked into her the garage, some other car was parked in her spot, and
What kind of car?
It was a dude's car because I looked inside of it.
No, but like it was like a Maserati or like
I don't really
red
remember.
Corvette.
It was so painful.
Trans Am?
I literally blocked it out.
Daewoo?
I don't even remember what kind of car. I remember looking in and just like looking at the stuff. You could tell. You could tell. There was dude shit in there.
Yeah.
And I remember the way I felt. I felt so much in pain. And I told you, I caught her literally. Her reason for breaking up with me was I want to be alone.
She said that.
Yeah. She said, I want to be alone. I've always been with someone since I was 18 years old. I've always had a boyfriend. I just want to have independence. Bullshit. Bullshit. Because 2 weeks
It's
later.
not you. It's me.
Yeah.
It's not you. It's me.
Yeah. My friend Derek Strange, my roommate from Arizona, Native
Yeah.
American guy, nice fella.
Yeah.
Came to visit me.
Shout out to Derek Strange. What?
Went to Starbucks.
What, you think you can only do the shout outs?
No, shut up. So we are walking on the In-N-Out Burger side, and I'm going towards IHOP, and I see Amy walking up holding a dude's hand, literally like 2 weeks later. And I had to walk by them.
What did you do?
I was so pathetic. I was like, Amy. She was like, we're just going to get breakfast. Or said something, you know what I mean? But I feel bad for my friend because it ruined his trip because it like sent me in a dark place. That was painful to see that. To see, oh, she lied to me. And she was probably seeing this guy, like at least planting the seed, towards the end of our relationship, right? How the fuck are you going to meet someone that fast?
She was cheating on you.
Oh, yeah, she was.
She was cheating on you. Come on. Maybe she didn't fuck him yet, but it was the intrigue had already started. Like she probably already met him and was like, I like this new dude better. So what does that feel like to get closure after 14 years? For her to, that's big of her, right?
Yeah.
To apologize and say,
Yeah, I felt fucking amazing.
But you know what I think?
It was like a weight lifted. I was like, oh, fucking fine.
You know what I think?
What?
Is that a Starbucks napkin?
Yeah, Starbucks now.
This is what I think. I think, you know, it was a little cold and heartless what she did.
Mm-hmm.
But then maybe she didn't stalk you.
Yeah.
You're my friend.
Yeah.
You have a pitch or frequency in your voice that it's unmistakable. Like it's when you don't hear it, all of a sudden you notice it's gone. I can't imagine what it's like to be your boyfriend. But just from the stories you told me tonight, it must be so fun having sex with you. It must be so fun hanging out with you. You're like a fun guy. You're weird and creepy.
Yeah.
But the way you do it makes it a fun thing.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
So forget the part where you don't make any money and you're completely selfish and irresponsible. Forget all that.
Yeah.
When you're fun, you're the life of the party. You're joking.
I like telling stories.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So whatever it was that came to the final, I don't know who this new guy is.
Yeah.
Maybe he was bigger, better
I
job.
think she dated.
Like,
she married some guy named.
All right, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know
whatever.
the guy, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You were with her for.
We would have edited
you were with
all
her.
this
You were with
stuff.
her for how long?
Over 2 years.
So that's 2 years
Yeah.
of life with this guy. Just 2 years of just a life with Steve. Just making jokes when he's fucking and.
I lost my sobriety while I was with her.
Oh, so maybe that was bad. I don't know. 'Cause
Yeah.
maybe you were a dickhead when you were drunk. Or,
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you're in her life, and then all of a sudden you're out of her life.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm sure there's moments in this last 14 years where she's like, I've done it. I've looked up every single ex I've been with.
You have?
Every single one. Just to see what they're up to. Because I'm petty, and there's a part of me, I've been petty. Now I want joy for them. But there's been times in my life where I look them up, and I want them to suffer. I want them to feel the pain that I felt. I want them to be having a horrible life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure after sharing 2 years with someone that in the last 14 years, there's been moments where she's like, I wonder what Steve's up to. I miss him.
Do you agree, Eddie?
I want to hear his voice again. I wonder what he's up to. You know, I wonder what Steve Lee did with his life. I don't know how often she did it, but I'm sure she did it at least once, right? Facebook page.
You know all she saw? You know all she saw? Mongchi opening up for Deltron 3030 in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Right. And so what happens? Cut to 14 years later, and it's Mongchi opening for DeAntword.
Yeah.
Mongchi opening up for Deltron, for Dan the Automator, Money Mark. It's like,
Wow.
you turned your life around, and she's like, oh, I'm happy for Steve, and maybe I want him back.
Oh.
You don't DM someone 14 fucking years later out of the blue. You don't fucking just DM someone out of the blue 14 years later. You want fucking that Steve Lee dick back in your life, dude. That's what you want.
With the flaky nuts.
Maybe she must have been with so many shitty guys in the last 14 years where she was like,
She was married and divorced now.
there you go. What do you think that guy was like?
Probably an asshole.
Anyways, so my point, we got really, really off topic.
Yeah, but I like it.
But my point was, you haven't been in a committed relationship for 14 years.
Yeah.
You and me did horrible things together when we were both single.
Yeah, we
and,
did. We
and
did
for
some
you to
dirty
be,
shit. Yeah.
let's just call it what it is. Let's pray about this tonight.
Yeah.
For you to be in a loving, committed relationship
so
is
lucky.
a fucking miracle.
It is
it's a miracle.
It is. I can't even believe it.
I
That's why we can't air any of this stuff because I'll lose her, brother.
Okay,
it's done.
Well, let's speak that out.
It's a done deal.
Let's speak that out.
Okay.
Why do you think that?
Well,
she knows who you are.
But
There's
she doesn't
so many
know about the nut skin.
Dude, the
all
DVD
this
essay
stuff.
podcasts are horrible. The things you talked about. That's out there. You can find those things. Who does, like...
Does anyone talk about their dry nut skin on the internet at all? I can't find it. Can you?
There are people talking about worse shit than dry nut skin, dude.
Yeah, it's... Come on, man. What... Do you have... Okay, so...
I don't know. I mean,
well, listen, we've established that
Yeah,
zero...
I mean, there's worse shit we could talk about.
We've established...
I could go, if you want to go down that road.
Well, we're not gonna delete it all anyway, so might as well.
Okay. Fuck, man.
This is your show. Look at
Yeah.
the sign, the Steebee Weebee Show.
Yeah.
Do you put any thought into the show?
No, not really. It
So
just happened.
how are you gonna get more listeners?
I
How do
don't
you-
know. It
It's
just
to
happens.
go. If you're gonna live in this fire, you gotta
go.
get in the dark pit, dude.
Well, I
So thank you for your forgiveness.
Dad, I love you. I forgive you.
Thank you.
Can I hug you up? Can I give you a hug?
Yeah. I love you so.
How we doing on time?
So if you stuck with us for this long, we got Late Gregory coming up pretty soon.
Yeah. You know what scared me is, do you guys notice that when I was talking, that thing fell?
All right, enough with the ghost story stuff, dude.
But you see that?
It's shitty blue tape, dude.
Okay.
I put that up right.
Is there any segment we do just to kind of freshen it up? Because I didn't think we were gonna.
Wait. What's happening right now?
No, it's cool. I just want to kind of lighten things up.
What's going on with? Why are you trying to get off this so quick?
Oh no, I'm not.
What's happening right now?
Oh, nothing. I didn't expect that.
What's happening in here right now?
Nothing. I actually feel calm doing that.
What was that like for you?
I mean, I don't know. For some reason, I couldn't cry. And
You don't have to cry. It's not about crying.
I just wanted to. It's good because that's the type of shit. Exactly the type of shit that I would tell my father if he was on his deathbed.
But what? Well, I mean, you don't have to ever tell him any of this stuff.
I mean, it's one of those things that I would do it just to clear my slate. You know, it's like cleaning your side of the street, like letting so these things don't I could just get rid of these.
All right, so then why don't you?
These things. I mean, I felt like I just did.
But your dad's still alive. Do you want to say this stuff to him?
I mean, I would have to think about that, but like at this moment,
I did it with my parents.
You did?
Yeah.
I probably
was
would.
probably one of the most hardest conversations I've ever had in my life. And
I think that if it was he was really on his deathbed, I'd be a little bit more empathetic.
You're not gonna say to him on his death.
Yeah. I
You're probably never gonna say to him.
Yeah, right? I would want to let him know that hey, all the stuff that you've done in the past, I forgive you. And because so he could
That's huge.
I mean, because dude, putting myself in his shoes, I don't know.
Koreans are notorious for never forgiving. Right?
Yeah, they have
they're notorious for holding on
to grudges
forever.
I know. You don't have to tell me.
So
I mean,
so for you to say that it's big of you.
Yeah, I mean,
this isn't about you crying. You don't have to cry. This is about you just getting stuff off your chest that you need to say to somebody.
Yeah, I
mean,
it
doesn't have to be that. Like some of the things that kids need to hear their parents say. It's not like they're old and all of a sudden they're mature and they're. It's like you don't. No one teaches us. If you had a kid tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
She forgets her IUD and you cream pie and she gets pregnant. It's not like the day the baby's born, you have a handbook of this is how to discipline your children without shaming them.
Yeah.
This is how, but there are books.
Yeah.
There is things you can do now.
Right.
That's what they say. They go, oh, no one ever gave me a handbook on this. There are handbooks. There's experts that study this shit. There's things that can change, but as long as people...
There is a cultural gap, I think, big time when you have immigrant parents, though, because they're from fucking Korea.
But how long can that go on for?
I mean, that's no excuse. I'm not saying.
Are you gonna hit your kids?
Hell no. No.
See?
No.
So
I would not do that. I wouldn't go about doing it in that way. Dude, communication's fucking key.
Right.
If anything, if they fuck up, I would be like, you know what? I've been there too. I've probably done worse shit, and I would literally have to sit down with this person that I created and actually talk to him I mean, because that hitting shit don't do nothing,
my
man.
parents would come home and just beat all three of us.
I don't doubt it.
And then I did what you did. We were bad kids, right? I would just be like, I would make the excuse for my parents.
Yeah.
I was like, me, Jimmy, and Paul, we were horrible. Of course they should hit us.
Yeah. Eddie, can you take some pictures of me and Dave too? Like, oh, you did?
I'm not saying this is the answer, and I don't even know if this would have worked. And I can't even imagine my dad talking like this.
Yeah.
But what if my dad came home and he said, it takes a little bit longer, right?
Yeah.
This works in 1 second, right? But then now it creates this fear and anger and resentment and all this stuff. If my dad just came home and goes, you know, guys, I had like the worst day today. You know, I didn't sell any product. You know, I got robbed. You know, my dad used to get robbed all the time at work because his.
Oh yeah, my dad got robbed like a whole store.
Right.
All his merchandise.
But we don't know.
robbed.
We're kids, right?
Yeah.
And so if he just came home and said, you know, I had a really bad day, and it really hurts me. It really hurts me when you guys do this. There's a part of me, I think, and I could be completely wrong, and I don't have kids, so I can't say, that I'd be like, I don't want my dad to be hurt. I think that would have worked.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes, like, to say, can you imagine, like, a Korean father saying, hey, guys, when you guys fight like that, it hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
But I think as a kid, you'd be like, I don't want to be the reason my dad's feelings are getting hurt, and they would stop. But, you know,
one thing about, like, the Korean parent thing is, like, one thing I can't stand.
It's just shut up. And then
well, it's like this false, it's like this pride. Like, Koreans are notorious where, I don't know if it's an Asian thing, but I know it's a Korean thing where they don't want to seem vulnerable or they don't want to seem weak in your eyes. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, my mom's sister, my aunt just died within like a year and a half ago.
Right.
My mom's middle sister.
Right.
My mom hadn't talked to her for years. You know why? This story kind of, it drives me nuts. Okay, so my mom, when she came to this country, she bought these Chinese dragon porcelain, like wooden chairs.
Yeah.
And she gave each family member, like each sister and brother, like this chair, like as a gift. And so my mom's middle sister ended up putting that chair on the fucking side of the front of her house, like as trash. And my mom somehow got word of that, and she was so hurt that, dude, they hadn't talked till her death. She died without that being resolved
over a chair,
over a fucking chair, dude. So
and the thing is, you don't even know if that story's true. You just heard that, right?
She told me that.
Yeah, but
my mom told me that.
Your mom told you that she heard that. She heard that someone that whatever.
She heard.
Right.
Yeah.
So
right.
it might not even be true. Right.
You might be right.
It's like it's just.
But that might.
But whether it's true or not,
it's so petty.
It's like
dude, because she's. But the thing, I feel more remorse, or I feel bad for my mom in this situation, because here's a sister, the sister right above her. She died, leukemia. She died, right? And what kind of?
But here's the thing. Over a chair, right?
Yeah.
But it's not over a chair, right? It's not over a chair. There's something
else going on there.
You guys, you know, this is shit I don't know if you want to talk about. You guys have a lot of shit with your families, right?
Yeah.
And so there's more to this story than a fucking chair. There's weirdness, there's strangeness, that all families have, right? And so when you get into, you're like, really? Really? She never talked to her for the rest of her life because of a chair? It's deeper than the chair.
Hey, this is Lil Ray. Why don't you press that button to subscribe to the Steebee Weebee Show, man? I'll see y'all later.
I subscribe to the Steebee Weebee Show, and it feels great. Oh, yeah.
Do I need to, like, do some gay shit or something? Like, I'm an artist. I should be more...
You're good with your girl.
Yeah?
Man.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
If you've stayed this long, we've teased it this whole time. Lake Gregory coming up. You've waited for it. You've sat through the resentments. You sat through the flaky nuts. You sat through a day in the life of Steve. You sat through the role play. You sat through Steve. Coming up later today, Lake Gregory. You'll get the full story here.
How are we doing on time? What's the time?
Listen.
Almost 4 hours.
This is what you want to tap out?
Well,
You wanna surrender?
We'll do like 30 more minutes. 30
Okay,
more minutes. 30 more. Because I have to film tomorrow too, and then I have to do JK News on
listen,
Thursday.
this is
Yeah.
4 hours. You know what you can do with this, right?
I can't do it with most of this footage.
You could air it unedited, one long episode, right? 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could edit out everything that you don't want to share, which is almost everything, and have it be a 20-minute episode. Or you could edit it all into 4 separate episodes.
Right.
Or 8. Yeah, I mean, you're knocking out, like, you could possibly be knocking out 8 shows right now. So think of it that way. I don't want to tell you how to run the Steebee Weebee Show.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you how we'd sit in DVD SA and do 6 hours.
Yeah.
And that would be 3 episodes or 2, depending on. So if this was like a musical or something, we can't end it like it's really at a.
It's been dark on Eddie.
All right, so let's end it in a good way. So
Yeah, let's end it in a good way.
all right, so we talked about Chester's suicide,
Yeah.
and that leaves on the subject of bands. I mean, unless you're like out of work as a singer.
Yeah, I am.
You're one of my favorite singers, right?
No, thanks.
You
man.
sing,
Yeah.
you rap,
Yeah.
you tell jokes,
Yeah.
you do characters, you do voices,
Yeah.
you role play. I mean, you got the whole thing. We live in a crazy time right now.
Yeah.
We live in there's crazy shit happening all over the world right now.
Yeah.
But we
especially-
live in America. There's insane shit happening in America. There's a band right now that if they came back today, they might save the entire world. You know who we're talking about. Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the Machine. We know one of the producers, sound guy, Robert Carranza.
Shout out to Robert Carranza.
Shout out to Robert Carranza. He's friends with Zach De La Roca.
Hey, note this. I like this. Note this part. Yeah, keep going.
We
could use this.
He works with Zach.
Yeah, works with Zach. Shout out to Zach.
So shout out to Zach. Zach is
Dude, I'm a fan.
he's the voice. That music saved my
if
life.
any time people need
That-
he needs to come out.
He needs to come out now.
Right now.
He needs to be here now.
The state of the world. We need Zach.
We need Rages Against the Machine right now.
Like him to write some stuff. And
Love
come
Be
out.
Real, love Send Dog, love,
yeah,
love
I
Chuck
love
D.
Cypress Hill. Yeah.
And we
I'm
know
a fan of all
we know
that.
Prophets of Rage, right?
Yeah.
The members of Rage
I
Against
like
the Machine.
Public Enemy. I love
we
Public
love all that
Enemy.
shit. But we need
Cypress
Zach.
Hill. We need Zach. Yeah, we need Zach.
For Rage Against the Machine, who's been disbanded for what, like 10 years or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
That music spoke to me. I went to one of their first shows in LA.
Let's talk about that. Like, that's a good story. I like that story.
Which one?
The first time you saw Rage Against the Machine.
It was like I almost started crying.
So what year was it? 92?
It was 92. In front of my high school, someone like dropped a box off of Rage Against the Machine singles.
Yeah.
They didn't come out yet. And it was Bullet in the Head and Killing in the Name.
Yeah,
Cassette tape with the monk on fire.
Hell yeah.
And just that graphic, I was like, what's this? And I put it in the car, and the single sounded different than the album. It wasn't like, it didn't sound as good. And I was like, what is this? It's like speaking to me. Like it's rapping, but it's screaming and it's punk and I didn't really relate to like all punk rock music. It was, some of it just sounded like shit to me. I was like, oh fuck. And this was a time in my life that I would shoplift every day.
How old were
You
you?
remember Warehouse Music?
Yeah, I used to Sam Goodies and Warehouse.
There's the method I would use of taking 3 pennies.
Yeah.
And I could get the CDs out of that crystal. You remember that thing that keeps you from shoplifting?
Yeah. Those cases.
Yeah.
The encasing.
The crystal
yeah,
case.
yeah.
So I'd use 3 pennies and I could go like this and
then free the CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Shoplift.
shout out to Warehouse Music. Shout out to free CDs. So
Tower Records.
Tower
too.
Records.
Yeah, Virgin Megastore.
So I'd go to Warehouse Music on La Cienega every day.
It was in L.A.
Huh?
It was L.A.
Yeah, in LA.
Yeah.
And I would take orders like in the morning. Like people would be like, I like Mariah Carey. I want.
You work there?
No. The kids at school.
Oh, right.
You know,
right.
I want Mr. Dabalina. Who's that?
Del the Funky Homo
Del the
Sapien.
I want
Yeah.
I want the Mr. Dabalina single. I want Mariah Carey.
You were the dude that got him all the
I
music.
wrote it down.
Uh-huh.
Then I'd go to warehouse
And steal.
and I would steal them.
Steal the album.
and I would sell them for
$5.
for half price the next day at school.
So there were $14 CDs.
Yeah, so I'd sell them for $5.
Okay.
That's not half. It was,
Yeah.
and then that's how I made
That's a
money.
good deal.
And I would take like this many, and I would either stuff them down my pants. I would do this move. I would tape my sweatpants
Yeah.
around my ankles, and then I put another sweatpants over.
Like how
So-
they used to steal 40 ounces.
Yeah, so I just throw shit down my
ounces.
pants, or I would just stick it in my armpit and wear
Yeah.
a really baggy sweater like this, and just walk out.
You ever been caught?
I got caught twice shoplifting,
Yeah.
but like I shoplifted for like 15 years, so not bad.
So you got pretty good.
So I was stealing all these CDs at Warehouse Music, and then I see Zach.
You see
I see Zach.
Where?
At Warehouse Music.
What the fuck?
I told Robert this story.
Yeah, yeah.
And he had the short dreads, right? And he was holding 2 bags. He just went shopping for clothes at Banana Republic.
Banana Republic?
So I was like, oh, that's the guy from that fucking band that's like all crazy and shit, and he's shopping at Banana Republic.
Oh.
And so I walked up to him, and as soon as I walked up to him, I don't know if he did this, but in my mind he did this. And here's a just completely other random tidbit.
Yeah.
John Tesh was doing a signing at that warehouse at the same time.
Who's that?
He's just like he used to be on Entertainment Tonight, but he's also like a singer.
Right.
So I was like, oh, there's John Tesh. And so he hid the bags behind him.
What was that?
I think he was ashamed of like meeting a fan that was like, oh, because I was eyeballing his bags. I'm like, this fucker shops at Banana Republic, and I was like, I got your single. Like someone.
Oh,
left
you
it in-
approached him?
Yeah, I approached him, and
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, because
Were
I
you
knew-
nervous?
Well, they were gonna play with Pearl Jam at the Palladium, I think,
That's a good band.
and Pearl Jam had just come out too, or something. You know,
Dude, great album with Jeremy. I
Yeah.
remember that video. Yeah.
And I was like, it was like a weird show. It was like Fugazi,
Oh, dope.
Rage Against the Machine, and Pearl. It was something like that. I can't remember. It was a crazy show.
Crazy lineup. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my, and I didn't have any money then, so I was like, oh dude, like I know you guys are playing like this weekend. Is there any way you could put me?
Where
like,
were they playing?
At the
Palladium?
It was small. I think it might have been the Roxy or something.
Okay.
It was
Off
just-
Sunset?
Yeah, somewhere on
Right,
Sunset, and I don't know, I was 15, 16 years old, so it was like all ages show, I think, and so he's like hiding the Banana Republic bags behind his back.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, I have nothing to do with the tickets or something. And I was like, oh really? You can't like get me in or whatever. So shout out to Banana Republic, and shout out to John Tesh, and
Yep.
shout out to Warehouse Music.
Warehouse
I'm
Music,
sorry
yep.
for stealing from you guys, but you're out of business anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So keep going.
So me and Harry used to sneak into concerts.
How?
Oh my god, like every fucking possible, like we would like just bum rush the door. We would like hold each other on and going through like
A different way.
the windows, like just we tried everything. Like I was fearless. So we sneak into the show, and Zach, he just comes out and it was just, yes. I'm angry. I'm a teenager. I'm like fucking second generation Korean, and I'm like, bullet in the head.
Yeah.
Bullet, you gotta fucking bullet in your fucking head. I'm like, yes, kill me. And I'm like, this is it. This is it, man.
You love them.
And they fucking blew up, and the shows got bigger
And big.
bigger.
Oh, you saw this happen.
Oh yeah. I mean, and Pearl Jam too, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, like I remember I went to Rock the Bells Festival like 10 years ago when they got back together for like a few shows.
Who, Rage?
Yeah, and the bill that night was Public Enemy, Cypress Hill, Wu-Tang, and then Rage was the last thing. So I went for the whole festival, and it's like hip hop shows are the most boring, right? They suck. Like every hip hop show is the most boring show. Ice Cube,
Yeah.
like Ice-T. There's nothing. It's just the guy. Like people are like Biggie. Biggie's a legend. I've never went to a Biggie Small shows, but you already know that must have been the most boring show ever.
Well, he's probably had a hard time
fat,
breathing.
He
Yeah.
got this, whatever.
He's a good lyricist.
Shout
though,
out to all those bands.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to
great
Biggie.
lyricist.
Whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
When Rage came out, I thought, oh, we're at like a hip hop festival. No, it was the biggest mosh pit. 20, 30,000 people.
Moshing.
Just people crying, right?
They're
Rage
crying.
is back together. Like, if we ever in a time needed Rage Against the Machine, it's right now.
With Trump and all this shit.
But they don't have a singer. Zach doesn't.
I know what you're getting
Shut up,
Dude,
Shut your mouth.
Okay.
According to Robert, Zach will never do it. Right? It's like Guns N' Roses. They're never gonna get back. Not in this life. Right? He doesn't want to do it. I don't know why. Right? Zach, please come on the Steebee Weebee Show and explain yourself.
Yeah, we would love for you to be a
can't
guest.
watch Rage Against the Machine.
We need Zach.
With Be Real. You can't watch Rage Against the Machine with Chuck D. There's a fucking band, Tom Morello, like the whole band, Brad, there's an opening there. They need a young, angry, vibrant singer. I know of one that's out of work right now. If there was ever a time for Rage Against the Machine, the time is now, and the person is you.
Dude, that's
Rage Against the Machine featuring Steve Lee from Monchi. Steve Lee from, what's your other band?
Noble Hops.
Noble Hops. No one could fill, shout out to Zach. No one could ever take Zach's place.
Dude, Zach, they need
Robert,
Zach, dude.
Robert, please get Zach on the show.
Yeah, we need Zach, Robert. Please make that happen.
Let's have him air out all his dirty laundry of
dude.
why he won't sing with Rage Against the Machine.
We need to hear it.
And if he won't, that's our first pick.
Yeah.
No one will touch Zach. That's who we want.
Yeah.
We need Zach back.
We need Zach.
We need him to save us from all the shit that's happening.
Oh, yeah.
If Rage came out tonight, it would be anarchy.
Oh, dude.
Anarchy in the USA.
There's diehard Rage Against the Machine
but
fans.
if he's not going to come out, then I plead to you, Tom Morello, please call me. Please call Steve Lee. We need this man to be the lead singer of Rage Against the Machine. We need.
Do you know how absurd that sounds?
It's not absurd.
It's pretty fucking absurd.
It's not absurd. This is what we need today. We need today.
Man, Zach is Zach. They need Zach is Zach.
No.
You can't replace Zach.
Of course
Dylan.
we can't replace him.
Yeah, it's Zach.
But you can't have old guys like Chuck D and
Yeah.
Be Real.
Well, I'm
doing
pretty
the-
old myself. You know.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
eat your nut skin, so
Yeah.
so you stay young, and so in ending, because I told Steve I would keep him 6 hours, but it sounds like
4 hours.
I saw the yawn, so we'll keep to
Yeah.
4 hours.
Yeah, four is good, right?
Eating your own nut flesh will keep
we're-
you
edit-
young. It's literally the
edit,
fountain
dude,
of youth.
George.
This is what I plead to the. This is. I came on your show. I was
Yeah.
happy to do it. Don't touch me. I was happy to do it. I'm happy to be here. I love hanging out with you. I love catching up with you. I'm
Yeah.
glad we got our resentments out.
Yeah,
but this
I'm
is. But I love you, and I know your fans love you too. And so this is what I ask of the Steebee Weebee podcast fans. Please pledge. Speak with your money. If you liked what you heard today, give the guy $1. Give the guy $3. And if you really loved it, if you want a once in a lifetime opportunity, give him $780. He'll come to your house and fucking rock your house out. You'll never forget the day, Steve Lee. He'll provide a day that you will never forget in your entire life. And if you like that Steve is in his 40s, he's in his mid 40s, and he looks like he's 12 years old, it's because of his youthful nut skin flesh. And he will save it in little balls like chia seeds in a mason jar, and he'll send it to you for the low price of $2,000. And if for those of you who are handy with the internet and vlogging and blogging, please start a campaign right now. We want Steve Lee to be the lead singer of Rage Against the Machine. Lage Against the Machine. Koreans can't pronounce their R's. Rage Against the Machine. Please write to the Rage Against the Machine fans, to each member of the band, to Zach, anyone you know. Let's start this campaign. We need Rage Against the Machine in this world. And
We need Zach.
We need Zach.
We need Zach to come back.
But if Zach's not going to come back, Zach, we want you back. But if you're not going to come back, we want Steve Lee. Steve Lee will save us all. You can save us all.
I want to give
and that's
a couple,
all I have to say.
Dude, thanks for coming. I want to give a couple shout outs.
Thanks for coming to my place.
Yeah, thanks for setting this up. I want to give a shout out to all my Patreons. I want to give a shout out to Bloom Mechanic for editing all the vlogs. I want to give a shout out to Gavin and Katrina at the West Covina Active Ride Shop for that.
This is my favorite part.
For making me a active advocacy member.
Keep going. This is my favorite part. Do 1 hour of this.
And I want to give a shout out.
Whoa.
To Dorothy for making the Steebee Weebee Show grip tape.
Wow.
I'm trying to skate more, so I want to give a shout out to when I was walking over here. I ran into the, on Hollywood Boulevard, the B-Boys. In one of them, I walk right through. They're about to start a B-Boy show, and he's like, Steebee Weebee in the house. And it really like caught me by surprise because I want to get more B-Boys and dancers on my show. So if you're a B-Boy, like you don't even have to be a part of a crew. If you're a dancer, please holler at me. I would like to have a variety of different guests on my show. And I also would like Steebee Weebee Show is not just about if you're up here. I want people, normal people too. People who still have dreams, who are still struggling to make their dreams come true. I want them on my show. And I already have a couple in mind. And you could direct message me, but don't be overbearing. Just message me once and I'll check you out. I want to also thank Dylan, Eddie, and all of the Mongchi members. I still want to make Mongchi songs with you if you guys are still open for that.
It's going right now.
And I also want to thank, you should give a shout out to Money Mark.
You want to get the band back together?
I mean, I'm open for it.
European tour?
Yeah, European tour. So if you're out there, if you're in Italy or France or England and you want to book Mongchi, we're still alive.
The only way the band that would ever happen is if there was like an unbelievable demand for it.
And what do you think, Eddie?
Like
Always.
we can't just like people have to like beg for it.
Yeah,
You
so
want to just like
no, you know what? I just put it out there.
I'm so proud of what we did.
We did a lot. We did some good
we
things.
played our fucking hearts out.
Yeah.
We destroyed every city we went into.
Yeah.
We rocked the fuck out. And if people want to see that shit, if they want to see like, I really think we're like, this is my delusion.
Yeah.
But I think we're the best performing live band in the world. That's what I think.
Cool.
And if you want to see that, then fucking let's hear it. Let's demand it.
If you guys want to demand it, we are still alive here, right? I'm still healthy. I still remember all the lyrics. Eddie just beat. Can I talk about you for a second? Yeah. Eddie just fucking beat cancer. Okay. Woo! He beat fucking cancer, and he out of every member wants to still create, and that's what Monchi's about. Is we just want to make cool shit, and if you want us in your city, Eddie just beat cancer. Holler at us, and
Wait, did he?
What was that?
Did he eat your nut skin?
No, he didn't eat. No, we don't have to talk about that now. We already talked about all that stuff earlier. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. Now is about time for Little Ray's World. Welcome to Lil Ray's World Show. All I gotta say is kids' minds must grow. I got abducted by some aliens and dropped in snow. Whoa. Stuck into a world I do not know. So join me in adventures now. And I promise not to have a cow. My name is Little Ray. Hey, hey. My name is Little Ray. Hey, hey, hey. So welcome Well, what the hell do we have this week, Beep? It looks like a goddamn flea. Hey, Mr. Flea, what's your story, man? So your name is Lee, is that correct? Well, what the hell were you in the past life before you turned into this flea? You were a 3-year-old Chihuahua and you had a chronic kidney disease, is that correct? So what the hell happened? Oh, Lord. Your owners didn't know what to do, so they just put you to sleep, and you died in your sleep, and now you're a flea, and the roles have been reversed. Is that correct? Now you get to jump on dogs and irritate them, can't you? Lee the Flea, I like you, buddy. And I wrote a song about you. It goes a little something like this. This one's called Lee the Flea, man. Take heed to Lee, is bigger than he. He was a Chihuahua at the age of 3, infested with fleas to the point he'd bleed. His owners would give him pills of weed, indeed. Lee had a doggy chronic kidney disease, would walk on the porch and feel the breeze. When he took a shit, it would look like cheese. Towards the end of his life, he lied by a tree. The sky would be free, Lee take the lead. When his owner sat down with the book they'd read, with a glass of lemonade mixed with the Earl Grey tea, teardrops would fall to the Lord they plead. The man looked depressed, but so did she. Looked at each other and both agreed to use euthanasia to put down Lee. He had a good run, but they felt the need to end the suffering so Lee could be free. Little did they know he'd become a flea. Now he get attached to any canine breed, jumping 100 times his height, living so carefree. When you feel an itch on your damn knee, it could possibly be Lee the little flea. It could possibly be Lee the little. It could be Lee. Lee the Flea, done this week by Ilani Faye. Join us next week for another episode of Little Ray's World, man. Let's get her done.